Hello, my name is Farhan and today I'm going to be talking to you about polar or rectangular representation of a sine wave. So, now in AC current we're able to describe the voltage as a sine wave using this formula. On our side wave on the right we have D as the DC offset, and then we have A as the amplitude. After that we have omega as the angle of velocity, which in this case is 1, as there is one sine wave. And finally we have theta, is the phase which currently is 0, as the wave has no phase. So in our calculations we have to remember to use the RMS form. Which means that if we want to use the peak-to-peak value, or the amplitude, we have to remember to divide by a 2√2. So, from our sinusoidal form we're able to get a polar form in that rectangular form. Polar form is our at an angle of theta, where r equals the amplitude under 2, and theta equals theta. You can then put this on our graph. So, the angle here is theta, and the point is up. So, our rectangular form is then x plus yj, where x equals the amplitude on √2 cos theta. And y is the amplitude on √2 sine theta. We can also put this on the graph at our points x and y, and from this we can see that there is a relationship between the rectangular form and the polar form. So, moving on to an example. We have the wave 40 sine t plus 30. And on our sine wave on the right here, we can see that the phase is 30 degrees, and the amplitude is 40. Now, from this we can go back into our polar form, and work out that r is 40 on √2, at an angle of 30 degrees. Which is equal to our 28.28, and an angle of 30 degrees of volts. Afterwards, in our graph in the bottom right, we can put that on there. So, we've got an angle of 30 degrees, and a point of 28.28. Then, we can go back into our rectangular form, and we have a 40 on √2 cos 30, plus 40 on √2 sine 30j. Which then is going to equal 24.49 plus 14.14 J volts. We can then again put it back on our graph, as points 24.49 and 14.14. This can then be checked with the calculator, to make sure it's all good. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.